Good morning, students. Next topic is ways in which businesses grow. So today we are going to learn how can a business grow. So concentrate yourself. Most businesses increase in size through internal growth. So internal growth means that they produce more. So if they are producing more, they can grow, and this kind of growth is called internal growth because they are growing internally. As a result, they may take on more workers, buy more equipment, and perhaps move to larger premises. So these are the results of the company which is growing internally. So as a result, they may take on more workers, buy more equipment, and perhaps move to larger premises. Next is organic growth. Organic growth means that the firm expands by selling more of its existing products. However, businesses can also grow in size through external growth. External growth is where two businesses join together to form a larger business. External growth can occur in a number of the ways. The first way of getting external growth is mergers. The combining of two or more companies generally by offering these stockholders of one company's securities in acquiring company in exchange for the surrender of their stocks is called merger. Mergers tend to be of similar size businesses. So this is very important point. Normally the merger take place within the companies which are on the same level. Next way of external growth is takeover. When one business buys another business, it is usually called a takeover. The takeover may be an agreed takeover, where the business being bought is happy with the terms of the offer. However, the takeover may be contested. This occurs when the business being taken over does not want to be bought out, or there is another bidder. Next way of external growth is acquisition. Some acquisitions are takeovers. However, others occur when one business buys a part of another business. So, normally, full business is not taken over. Only a part of the business is taken over. Businesses sell some of their assets because they can get a good price for them, or because they feel that these assets are not producing enough profits. So these are the reasons some businesses sell part of their business. Next way of getting external growth is joint venture. A business may join with other businesses to sell products together. They might, for instance, set up subsidiary company in which each owns a proportion of the shares. So this is the way two companies can have joint venture. They can set up a subsidiary company in which each owns a proportion of the shares, and they can sell their products together. So this was the topic. Make your notes. Thank you so much. Good morning, students. This is the second lecture of the growth of a business. So attend it yourself. This is very important topic. Types of the mergers. The first type of the merger is horizontal mergers. This is a merger between the two firms engaged in the same industry at the same stage of the production. The takeover of so this is the example, the takeovers of the British Caledonian and Dan Air by British Airways are the example of the horizontal mergers. So the thing to remember is this is the merger between the two firms engaged in the same industry at the same stage of the production. Vertical merger. A merger between the two firms who are suppliers or customers of one another. Example is Dunlop Rubber Company taking over a rubber plantation in Malaysia. That is the manufacturer bias of the supplier. So this is the example of a manufacturer buying the supplier. So here are some stages of the vertical mergers. Exploration. Definitely the next stage will be extraction. Next stage will be transportation. Next stage will be refining. Next stage will be distribution. And if any two of these buys each other, that will be the example of the vertical mergers. There are two types of the vertical mergers. Number one is backward vertical merger. This occurs when a company merges with its suppliers. See the above example, the firm moves further down the production supply line. So backward, when a company merges with its suppliers. So if you look at the figure, this is the supplier of this one, this is the supplier of this one, refining is the supplier of transportation, distribution is the supplier of refining. So when a company merges with its supplier, this is the example of the backward merger. The firm moves further down the production supply chain. A car manufacturer, so this is the example, a car manufacturer taking over a component supplier is an example of the backward vertical integration. Next type is forward vertical integration. This is the reverse of the previous type. This occurs when a company merges with its customer. That is, the supplier buys the manufacturer, or the manufacturer buys the distributor, retailer or wholesaler, or a supplier buys the distributor. A firm moves further up production supply chain. Example is a chemical factory buying a chain of the chemist, because you are moving forward now. A chemical factory which is producing chemicals can buy a chain of the chemist to take control of the sales. Another example is a car manufacturer taking over. A car manufacturer, it means car is making in a factory, taking over a chain of the garages. So if they purchase this, they will be able to take control of the sales. Next type is diversifying mergers. This is a merger between two firms engaged in very different industries. This leads to a firm being known as conglomerate. Example is the American Tobacco Company and Yardley the cosmetic company. So these two companies are working in different industries, and when they merge, this type of the merger will be called diversifying merger. Another example is a cloth manufacturer might merge with a chocolate manufacturer. So two businesses are working in different industries can merge together. This is the type of the diversifying merger. Here is a chart which will give you more explanation. Conglomerate is called, for example, a firm is working in mining sector can merge with engineering or textile or wine or motor distribution or hotel or agriculture or printing. All these businesses are working in different industries. If they merge with each other, this will be called the diversifying merger. Next topic in the lecture is reasons for integration. The first reason for integration can be internal economies of scale. Integration creates a much larger business that can enjoy economies of scale. Definitely when two businesses integrate with each other, definitely the size of the business will be larger now, and they can purchase more, they can sell more, they can produce more. Definitely the economies of the scale will be obtained. Economies of the scale are the factors that cause the average cost of producing a commodity to fall as output of the commodity rises. So when the output of the commodity rises, normally the cost of the producing commodity will get less. For example, if a company doubles its output, but its costs do not double, as a result, it is said to enjoy economies of the scale. So this is the first reason of the integration. Next reason can be rationalization. Rationalization involves closing down the inefficient parts of the business, expanding on the efficient parts. So this can be the reason when two firms integrate with each other. Inefficient parts of the businesses can be closed down and efficient parts can be expanded. Next reason can be increasing market power by taking over a certain competitor. So when competitors join hands with each other, definitely competition will get less. The firm increases its power in the market by reducing competition. It may be able to increase prices and thus increase its profits. So definitely when there will be less competition, firms will be able to increase the prices and profits will be increased. Horizontal integration would increase the market power of the firm. Horizontal integration, we just have read the firms which are working in the same industry and at the same level, if they join hands with each other, so definitely the competition in the economy will get less. Firms will be able to rise their prices and will get more profit. Next reason for the integration can be control of the supplies and the sale of the goods. A takeover may allow a producer to take control of its raw material supplies or supplies of the machinery it uses. The firms can then be sure of the supplies. Similarly, a manufacturer can wish to own its own retail outlets and thus control of the sales of its products. So this is very common sense. The reason for the integration can be to buy your supplier so that the supplies can be granted, and you also wish to buy your next one, that can be the outlets if you are the manufacturer of a chemical industry. So you will wish to buy the outlets, so the sale can be handled personally. So this can also be the reason of the integration. Next reason can be financial reason. A large firm, as a result of the merger, will have more assets, which in turn can be used as security for loans or sold to provide more funds. So this is again very quite obvious, understandable reason. When two firms join hands with each other, when they get merged with each other, so they will have more assets, and due to this they can have more loans from the financial institutions, or they can sold to provide more funds. Next reason can be conglomerate. Sometimes amalgamation takes place between the firms which do not produce similar products and which are not part of the same total production process. This type of the integration is described as the conglomerate merger. The firm which joined together belongs to very different industries and use different raw materials and different technical processes. Unilever is a multinational conglomerate famous for its detergents, but with other interests including food. So food is totally different from the detergent. Personal products, chemicals, paper, plastic, and animal feed. So Unilever, which is actually basically was a company which was dealing with detergents, but now working also in food, personal products, chemicals, paper, plastic, animals feed, etc. So this can be the reason of integration. Next reason can be expanding markets. Over a period of the time, the pattern of the demand changes. A firm will grow if it meets expanded demand. The car industry is an example. So this can also be a reason of the integration to expand the market. Next reason can be developing new products. If a firm develops a new product, then it will increase its output and so grow in size. Examples are Sony Walkman, Sony Discman, etc. So the reason to integrate with each other can be to develop new products. The next topic in the lecture is the effects of the integration. So here is a table. First, revise yourself in your mind. Horizontal merger stands for when the industry is working in the same industry and at the same level merge with each other. This is called horizontal merger. Vertical merger is when the firms working in the same industry but buyers and sellers purchase each other. This is called vertical merger. And when the firms working in different industries merge with each other, this is called diversifying merger. So we are going to look at the effects on the firms if they merge horizontally or vertically or diversifying. So if a firm merge horizontally, the effect can be eliminates competition. Definitely they work with each other, they merge with each other, so competition will be less in the market now. Increased market share can also be the effect. Economies of the scale can be the effect, and diseconomies of the scale can be the effect. And if the firms merge vertically, the effects can be controls supplies backward, this can be the one effect. Controls distribution forward, this can be another effect. And earns profit of the suppliers and of the distributors, this can be another effect. And if the firms merge with each other, diversifying, so the effect can be spread risk, because if one sector of the economy is not working well, maybe another sector of the economy can work well. So if the firms working in different industries, risk will be spread. Next, we are looking at the effects on the customers if the firms merge horizontally. So lower prices or the higher prices can be the one effect, because if the firms merge with each other, definitely less competition will be there, more production will be there, more profit will be there. So firms may reduce the prices for the customers. This is one effect. But on the other hand, if competition is less, they can also higher the prices. So this can be another effect. This next effect can be on the consumers, less competition and less variety, because now more firms are not working, they have merged together, so less variety will be there for the customers. Now, if the firms merge vertically, the effect on the consumers will be maybe lower prices or no change in the prices. Next, effects which we are looking at on the workers if the firms merge horizontally. The effect can be risk of the unemployment. So risk of the unemployment may be due to the inefficient sectors of the business can be closed down. So there may be the risk of the unemployment of the workers. If the firms merge vertically, the effect on the workers may be opportunities to move to other jobs within the firm, because they are working, they have merged vertically. So they can move from the distribution to the extraction, or extraction to the exploration. So they can move to the other jobs within the firm. But if the firms have merged diversifying, the effects on the workers may be opportunities to move to other jobs within the firm. Next is the effects on the economy if the firms merged horizontally. Monopoly risk, because they have joined together, they have merged together, so there can be a risk of the monopoly. Next effect can be if more efficient, more competitive abroad, so definitely this can be the effect. And next effect can be on the economy can be unemployment, because when they merge together, inefficient sectors of the business can be closed down, so effect can be unemployment on the economy. If the firms merge together vertically, the effect on the economy can be control of the strategic goods by one firm. And if the firms merge diversifying, The effect on the economy can be growth of large dominant firms which are not monopolies but which may be very powerful. So this can be the effect. The next very important question is why some businesses want to stay small. This is very important question as far as your paper is concerned. So we are going to look at the some reasons why some businesses want to stay small. So concentrate yourself now. Not all businesses want to grow. For a sole trader or a partnership, a larger business could mean more work and more responsibility. So this is the first reason some businesses want to stay small, because they do not want more work and more responsibility. They are happy with their lifestyle. So this is the one reason they do not want to, they want to stay small. They do not want to get larger. Another reason is some sole traders, for instance, want to work on their own. They do not want to work with other people as a partner, or they do not want to work with the other employees. So they are happy to work for themselves. So this is another reason. Next reason can be a bigger business might mean taking on workers which the sole trader does not want to be bothered with. Some owners don't want to lose control of the business. So this is another reason. They do not want to lose control of the business they have created, and so won't sell out or merge with other businesses. Next reason can be some owners are very happy to sell their business and retire once it has reached a certain size, or they once get a certain age. So these can be some reasons why some businesses want to stay small. Next topic in the lecture is reasons for growth. They may aim to grow for a number of the reasons. So the businesses the reasons for the growth of some businesses may be, first reason may be the survival. In some industries, firm will not survive if they remain small. Staying small might mean that the costs are too high because of the firm is too small to exploit economies of the scale. In addition, small firms, even if they are profitable, may face a takeover bid from a larger firm. So this is the first reason why firms want to grow. The second reason may be gaining economies of the scale. As firms grow in size, they will begin to enjoy the benefits of the economies of the scale. This means that unit production cost will fall and efficiency and profits will be improved. So this is second reason why firms want to grow. Next reason can be to increase future profitability. By growing and selling larger volumes, a firm will hope to raise profits in the future. So this is very valid point. Next reason can be gaining market share. This can have a number of the benefits if the firms get more market share. If a firm can develop a degree of the monopoly power through a growth, it might be able to raise price or control part of the market. Some personnel also enjoy the status and power associated with a high market share. So this is another reason why firms want to grow. Another reason can be to reduce risk. Risk can be reduced through diversification. Branching into new markets and new products means that if one project fails, success in others can keep the company growing. So these are some reasons why firms want to grow. So make your notes. Thank you so much.